No worries. Right, so we're going to do a seated warm-up today. So everyone sit on their knees or their bum. Lovely. And if we sit on our knees or our bum, we're just going to think tall thoughts. So we're going to try and elongate our spine and just think of a string being pulled top of our heads. Make sure we put our shoulders down and back, nice and relaxed. And we're just going to start with small rotations of our neck, just to the right and then back to centre. And we're just going to keep working on that. Then next time you bring your neck to your right, you're just going to then drop your head down and back to the centre. Nice little circles. Keep thinking about staying tall, engaging your core. So we're going to continue with that. We're just going to change the direction. So we're going to start looking right. We're going to move our head to the centre and roll it down. So it's the same thing, just the opposite direction. Now we're going to do that on the other side. So we're going to put our heads to the centre and then to the left. And roll down. And then change direction. Ooh, how do I do that? Lovely. Now we're going to lose the head. I'm just going to start by rotating our shoulders forward. Nice, slow and controlled circles. Still engaging that core, sucking that belly button in. Thinking tall thoughts. And now we're going to roll them backwards. Lovely. Now we're going to bring our arms out in front. Nice, slow and controlled. Now we're going to take them back. Hopefully none of you have any cracks like me, but it's okay. It is completely natural. I've got clumps as I bring my arms backwards. Then we're going to leave that there, and we're just going to start twisting our body. Nice, slow and controlled. Follow your hands with your eyes. The longer we do this, just see if you can bring yourself around, push that a little bit further. Hopefully your arms and your shoulders are starting to feel nice and warm. Lovely. Now we're going to lose that. We're going to go into our tabletop position where our hands are set underneath of our shoulders. And we're just going to do our cat-cows nice and slow, warming up our spine. Really think about engaging your core still. And as you come into your angry cat pose, really think about sucking in your belly button and pushing your back as rounded as you can at the top. And as you go into your happy, really think about pushing your back and your belly button to the floor. Nice, slow and controlled. Okay, now we're going to go into what I call a disco cat. So we're just going to stay on that tabletop. And you're going to wiggle your body around in a circle. Now you're going to try and go the other way. Which clearly I'm not very good at. Now we're going to do a few more happy angries. Remember, when you think about doing these, really think about pushing your shoulder blades out and apart. Okay, now we're going to take that back to a neutral tabletop. So our back should be flat, our hips should be tucked under, core engaged. Now we're just going to bring one of our arms, so I'm going to choose my left, and it's going to go all the way through towards the other side, so my shoulder's nearly going to touch the floor, and it's going to come out and up. And we're going to look at our hands. We go back through, come out, and up. So with this, we'll be getting a upper back rotation. Keep working with that. Three more. Lovely. Now I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. Last 3. Lovely. Now we're staying in this tabletop position. If anyone was here last week, you'll remember. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arm up, follow it all the way around, and then we're going to tuck it up with my hand and my elbow trying to reach my opposite side of my body. Then we'll come out and we'll go back up and down. Making sure we keep a neutral, flat back. Make sure we're engaging our core. You're going to lift your arm, your head will follow, and the arm will tuck up behind, just like this. Last one. And then onto the other side. Last one. Lovely. So if we go back to our kneeling position, or you finished that, grab yourself a drink if you want. So we're just going to bring our arms across our body now. Do what we usually do at the end of the class, because we've just been warming up our shoulders. So after we've done this shoulder stretch, we're going to do the one that goes behind our heads, and then like we've done before, we're going to use either the tea towel or a band just to see how far we can get our arms to touch at the back, because that little exercise there was to get that really warmed up. So hopefully we might see some improvement. And then with this arm, you can try to stretch. Lovely. And then we'll do the same with the opposite arm. Make sure you relax your shoulders. So I find at the beginning, my shoulder comes right up to my chin. I'm like, okay, bring your shoulder down. Can really feel the stretch today. And then take it into that. And then one arm behind. And then change arms. Then grab your tea towel or your stretchy band. And we're just going to see. First of all, I'm just going to see if I can touch. Yeah. Oh, I think I started with my good side. And relax. Give your arms a little bit of a shake before you go on to the other side. My arms are so far away. Oh. For me, I really need my shoulder flexibility to improve. We all have areas that we need to improve, but my shoulders really need to improve. Lovely, and relax. Okay, now we're going to go into some leg strengthening exercises. So we're going to go into our tabletop position, making sure I can be seen. We're going to make sure that we have a neutral spine and we engage our core. And for this, what we're going to do is we're going to lift our glute up. We really want to engage our glute. And lift it to the side, bring it back down. We're just going to work with that for now. So when you're ready, lift your glute. Really think about squeezing that in so it's your glute working. Right, so what I want you to do, the last one you do, I would like you to hold your leg up, then I'd like you to straighten it, and then I'd like you to do 20 toe taps. And then bring that leg back in. Whew. Then once you've done that, we're going to go on to the other side. And we're going to do the same. So what we actually did, or what I thought I did, is I counted 20 of the glute leg raises. Once I'd done 20, I straightened my leg and did 20 toe taps on the floor. Hopefully you really feel your glute being fired up. Oh, lovely. Oh, I feel the burn. So, yeah, a nice little bit of burn. Right, so into our tabletop again. Now we're just going to flex the foot, like so, and you're just going to kick back for 20 reps. If your glute wasn't already fired, I'm sure it will be after this. And once you've done one side, change to the other. Once you've done that, if you just sit into your child's pose, wiggle around a little bit down there. My glutes feel pretty fired up now. Teresa, I always have ache in my glutes. I'm quite similar in there. You said you've got glute ache from my overstretching. Yeah, I always seem to have pain in my glutes. I've had glute ache for the last 3 days. So that really, I really felt the burn there. I'm sure you probably did. Right, so now we're going to sit on our bottoms. But this one is where you're going to need either your 2 water bottles or your yoga blocks. We're going to sit in a comfortable straddle position, and we're going to make sure our body is upright. I'm going to do it from the side. Now this is, I find, really difficult. So we want to elongate our spine, think tall thoughts. And we want to have our hands either in front or just to the side of us. We want to try our best not to use our hands. I'm going to turn to one leg. So for me, I'm going to turn to my left leg. My hand's going to be either side. And I'm just going to lift my leg off the floor. This sounds quite, it should be fairly easy, right? But I find this extremely difficult. So what I'm going to do is hold the floor, try and lift my body straight up, and just lift my leg and put it down. Lift my leg and put it down. You can't see it. I'm going to do 10 of just lifting a leg ever so slightly. So you're going to be really engaging your quad muscles here. You're going to try and stay upright. So lift the leg, put it down. Lift. You'll feel that your core really starting to work as well as your quads. When you get to 10, change sides. Try not to wobble backwards and forwards. You really want to try, obviously you will get a slight movement, but you really want to try and just have it all come from the leg, even if you only get half an inch off the floor. ease one leg down. Keep pushing, guys. Okay, so give your legs a little bit of a shake. Right. So here's where we need a water bottle or our yoga blocks. So you're going to put your water bottle or your yoga block by your foot. I'm going to do one at a time. You can do two at a time, but I think I have too much of a wobble. I'm not very good at this. So one at a time, and you're just going to lift your leg all the way over the bottle. And this time you'll really feel your quad having to work to move your body or your leg all the way over that yoga block or bottom. Make sure again we're upright, trying our best to stay upright, not having too much of a wobble. We really just want our quad to do all of the work. When you're ready, we're going to do 10 reps on each leg. Don't forget to breathe. By the way, one is over and back. I forgot to tell you that bit. Give it a shake between the legs if you want. Shake it off. That was some burn. Okay, now we're going to stretch our hip flexors. So, we're going to go into a kneeling position. Make sure I can be sitting. So on our knees, we're then going to pop one of our legs up. So we're kind of in a lunge position, but our back leg is on the floor. Now you're going to tilt your hips so that you're tucking your bum under and your hips are up. And then you're just going to ever so slightly lean your body forward, but keeping that tilt in place. So you're really engaging your lower body, squeezing your butt, sucking in your belly button, using all those muscles, and that's your hip flexors working. You shouldn't really have to do much from here. We're just going to hold it here. Really keep that tucked in and engaged, don't loosen it. Now slowly keeping that engaged, not losing any of that, you want to use your front leg to slowly move yourself further forward, but you should completely have your hip flexors engaged. Move it slowly forward and hold it there. This isn't 100% as far as you can go. Now again, you're going to bring it into your furthest lunge out in front of you, but try and keep that hip flexor engaged as long as you possibly can. And I don't want any pressure on your front leg, so I want your hands to be out by your sides. And just really keep engaging your glute, your hip flexor. From here, keeping yourself engaged, if you can, come down onto the inside of that leg. If you can, come down any further. Do. If you can't, stay exactly here. Just hold it. Do little movements while you're here, so you can roll your body a little bit further forward, to the side, but not putting a lot of pressure on it, just using like your hips to move yourself forward and back slightly, left and right. So you're just rolling around in the stretch so that we're not static. Lovely. And then if you slowly want to come up, we're going to do the same on the other leg. Reset. And then really think about tucking our hips under, squeezing the butt. Ever so slowly, you're going to come out a little bit further with that front leg. Still engaging your hip flexors and squeezing. Make sure you're breathing. And again, you're just going to stretch that front foot out just that little bit further to your furthest point. Bring your hands down to the inside of that foot. And slowly come up. Right, this time we're going to do a hamstring stretch and a calf stretch. So we're going to put our foot, we're going to be one leg is going to be kneeling still, the other foot is going to be flexed. And from here, we're going to really focus on making sure that we have a straight back. So let me make sure we do this all the time, but I notice even sometimes I just collapse my back like this. But what I want is for us to have completely straight backs. A flexed foot with a completely straight back, and you'll notice you won't be able to go down as far on that leg. So you're really hinging at the hips. Make sure you keep breathing into the stretch. Lovely, and change legs. So flex the foot, hinge forward at the hips. Lovely. So from here, we're now going to go into a downward dog. So hands underneath shoulders, tuck your toes underneath, and push up. So from here, you really want to think about having a nice flat back. Your hands should be out in front of you, head should be under. You think about pushing your butt to the ceiling. And then come back down into laying on your front for a moment. Then go into your child's pose. Then we're going to get ready to go back into our downward dogs. And push up. Lovely. Now you can think about just rolling your feet down. Just trying to see if you can get more of a hamstring stretch while you're there. Calf stretch. And then come back down again. And then into the child pose. And just roll around in that. And final time, we're going to prepare for our child's pose. Not our child's, not that, our downward dog. And push up. Really think about pushing your hips to the sky. And come down. Into that child's pose. Lovely. And slowly roll yourself up. And we're finishing there for today.